One of the things that is super important in our unit is this idea of ecosystems. And one of the things that we've got for you is another flip book, and you're going to absolutely love this. I always, when I'm doing this unit, I keep this up and I flip it every day, and the kids are always up around trying to read it. And there's just all kinds of valuable information about what an ecosystem is, and the habitats. A lot of the vocabulary that you need to teach the children is really on this flip chart, and I think you're going to really enjoy that. I try to make it really clear to the students about this, that an ecosystem is this interdependence of abiotic and biotic factors. And so to do that, we talk about eco, and eco actually means house. It's a Greek word that means house. So we actually create a house. So a little origami lesson, and the kids manage this okay, is I get a piece of construction paper and I fold it, we call it hot dog style. I'm sure that's what most people call it. And let's make sure I'm doing this right. And then I dog ear it on the sides, okay? Something I tell the children not to do to their books. This is how they get out the dog ear need. All right, so then I open that back up, and I've got my paper that now I created a little roof for my house. Okay, so I just turn that inside out. Make that into a valley, and I fold it. So I didn't do a very good job folding, or it'd be easier to do. So fold it nice and tight. And there is the house. So I need to actually make the outside of the house. So I would put on here ecosystems and maybe a definition of what that would be for the top of the house. Now this, I would fold my paper Hamburg style, and then they would take each edge and go right to the very center. So now we have the bottom of the house, the actual house. And I emphasize to the students that what is inside the house is determined by the abiotic factors outside the house. So if you have very frigid temperatures, you wouldn't expect to have like a jaguar inside the house. So the abiotic factors are going to determine what biotic factors are going to be inside the house. Now with my kids, I have one half of the house be aquatic abiotic factors, and the other half of the house be terrestrial ecosystem factors, and some of them will be combined. So we use the whole side of the house. So then we talk about what abiotic factors are there. Well, they'll talk about sunlight. So I'm like, how do we visually show sunlight? So I'm just going to draw like a great big sun, and you know suns always have smiles. All right, so then we talk about light being one of the abiotic factors. Well, what's another abiotic factor? Well, temperature. We've done that with two things. So I draw a thermometer. And they can label these if you want them to. They can color them. And so temperature is an abiotic factor that they draw. What other abiotic? Well, maybe humidity. So maybe I'm going to make some clouds that are going to show the humidity. And then rain, of course. So we're going to put raindrops, so water, and maybe there's going to be water here. So there, we're going to do all the outside. We're going to draw and brainstorm, and they're going to illustrate the abiotic factors that are on the outside of your house. And then inside of the house, we're going to use, that's how the little lid goes on. And the inside of the house, you're going to use the types of organisms that might be found. Like you have herbivore. So maybe they're going to draw a picture of a bunny rabbit, because that's going to be an herbivore. A producer, so they're going to draw a plant. An omnivore, maybe they're going to show a picture of a bear. A population, one type of animal, so they're going to draw like maybe a group of 3 deer. A community, so they'll do several different types of organisms. So I give them all the vocabulary, and you'll get that on your list, of words that they need to put on the inside of their house. And so they're used to that vocabulary of what that is, and they're also used to the idea of what is abiotic and what is what are biotic factors. So it's a real simple way for you to be able to make that clear. And they all know what eco means after they've used a house to be able to illustrate all that they understand an ecosystem is. I hope the kids enjoy it.